We all know the story of someone who started lifting, or 99% of people who started lifting. They look in the mirror, they don't like what they see, and they decide once and for all. Whether that decision takes one day or it takes 5 years, they eventually decide that, enough is enough, and I'm going to change the way I look. And I made that decision last year. So, I was a skinny, scrawny, I was tall, skinny, and scrawny, right? And then I worked in the gym after a few months, 6 months, 8 months of serious gym. People were now complimenting me about my physique. People were actually saying, you're looking large. You've gained so much weight, you're looking strong. Like when I tell you I was getting compliments left, right, and center from niggas though. From guys, of course, because because I was getting all these compliments and because I made so much visible progress, I started resting on my laurels. I was like, you know what, I'm greasy. Greasy means strong. It's slang for strong from where I'm from. So I was like, I'm greasy. I don't need to work as hard, I just need to maintain what I have, right? And I started thinking that I was actually large. I was actually a tank. So I was debating, should I cut or not? Should I whatnot? Keep in mind, I'm 6 foot 1.75. So if someone asks me, if the right person asks me, I'll say I'm 6'2". I will normally say I'm 6'1". But if the right person asks me, I'm 6'2". So I'm 82.5 kgs at 6'1". So I'm actually not that heavy. I'm lighter than essentially all the people my height. In fact, there are people who are shorter than me, who are like 5'10", who are heavier than me. I'm not heavy by any means, but for some reason, I let all these compliments get to my head. I let all the progress that I've made boost my ego. Like, to tell you the truth, my ego was on steroids, and it still is there. Like, I still have a good, I wouldn't say it's ego, but it's like self-pride in the body that I've built. And I don't think it will ever go away, because the one thing about a physique, unless you take steroids, right? But the one thing about a physique is that no one can say that, you don't deserve the physique you have. You get it by putting work in. And fair enough, some people have better genetics, but if you see someone has grown in the gym, you can never take away the effort that they've put in. Like, no one can say, you didn't deserve this. You got this physique because of nepotism. Like, that's not going to happen. You deserve the physique, so you got the physique. Unless you're taking enhancing things. But still, you still need to work to grow from those things. But anyways, right? Because my ego was in steroids, it blinded me from the fact that, yes, I had made a lot of progress, but I was nowhere near where I planned to be. See, when I first started gymming, I used to talk about imagine how I'm going to look when I'm at 90, 95 kgs. And then I got to 83 kgs and I looked in the mirror, I was like, I'm a bit too chunky, I don't like this anymore. And I stopped bulking for the past, I don't know how long it's been about like 5-6 months. So imagine how much progress I would have made in the past 5 to 6 months if I didn't let my ego get to me. Because I thought I was large, I thought I was that guy, that I was actually one of the big guys, and I realized that I wasn't. I still am not. I don't want you to make this mistake. On your journey of building a better physique, about 6 months in, 8 months in, if you're doing things properly, right, you're going to see a huge difference from where you started to where you are at that point. And it's going to fuel your ego. And your ego is going to go on steroids, right? Have you ever seen those guys in the gym who they aren't that large, but they've made a lot of progress? So now they start walking around like this. They're like, yeah. Like, that McGregor walking, they'll just be walking around like that. I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but for me, this period, I just didn't make a lot of progress. I would decide, I would be like, let me bulk for like a month, and I'll be like, I'm too chunky and whatnot. Or because of my ego, I didn't make a lot of progress. And the thing that snapped me out of this ego trap, this ego on steroids, is, so Fari, he was like, I'm going to be bigger than you by December. And Fari he's smaller than me, right? So for him to be bigger than me by December, it means that I have to do much less than him, like for him to catch up, right? And on top of that, when I was like arguing with him about something to do with weightlifting and bodybuilding, he was like, T, you're actually not even that greasy. And when he said it, I was like, dude, like, you can't rap, because like, he's smaller than me, so you can't say anything to me. I don't care. When he's bigger than me, then he can say something to me. So, despite him being smaller than me, the comment had an element of truth. Not even an element of truth. The comment was truth. Like, I'm not even that big. Through that argument, it made me realize that, you're actually you're tripping. Like, your ego's gotten a hold of you, and it's made you think that you're much bigger than you are. And also, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I make some gym vlogs here and there. Like, nowhere as consistent as I am on YouTube. I might start posting them on YouTube. In fact, I've already posted one, but I had a lot of copyright claims. So we'll see how I'll navigate that. But it was in these gym vlogs where I was gymming with guys who were like serial gymmers, some of my friends who have been gymming for like the past 4 years. And fair enough, I shouldn't compare myself to someone who's been gymming for 4 years, and I've only been gymming seriously for about 1.5. But still, I looked in the mirror. We're standing in the mirror posing together. Actually, I'm going to play the footage for you now. We're posing together, and I was just looking at myself, and I was looking at him, and I was like, yeah, I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. What you should take from this video is that after about 6 months, or however, it might even be a month for you, you're going to see a lot of progress. Obviously, you can let it boost your confidence, because there's nothing wrong with being more confident. But you shouldn't let it get to the point where you start resting on your laurels and you think, I'm greasy, I'm strong, so like, and think that you've arrived. See, most of the successful people that I know, they say that the most dangerous thing is to succeed. Because once you succeed, you're validated and you feel like, I don't need to do much more. And it's like you forget that the thing that made you succeed in the first place was thinking that you had more to amount to. So in this case, for me, where I rested on my laurels, the thing that made me gain weight was the fact that I thought that there was a longer way for me to go, that there was still room for me to improve. And the moment I saw that, you know what, I've achieved like a decent physique. I would say I'm probably in the top 10% of guy physiques. And it's not hard because most people are fat these days. Most people are just fat, so it's actually not hard. But because I achieved like success, like the smallest bit of success, I rested on my laurels. I forgot what made me achieve that success in the first place. So learn from me and don't let your ego go on steroids. While you're growing, keep your ego the same, because it will ensure that you keep on growing. But anyways, that's it for the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.